All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us today and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as long as the markets are open. February 10th, 2021. Welcome aboard. Before we begin, make sure to click bottom right-hand corner of your screen, turn on notifications, like our video, subscribe to our channel. Really do appreciate it as always. Dow futures are up 135 points. NASDAQ futures up 62. S&P futures up about 0.5% at 39.24. We hit a new all-time high at 39.28 today. Bitcoin futures are down about 3.9% at 45,895. Dollar index is down about 0.07%, 90.37. Nothing on the VIX yet, which is really strange. VIX should be red. It's down about 0.30 on the future side. Crude futures up 0.38% at 58.58 a barrel. Gold futures up 0.80, 18.52. Silver futures 27.46 an ounce, up 0.23%. Euro dollar for my forex people pretty much flat, green, up 6 pips, 121.27, and a dollar yen up 8 pips at 104.62. So pretty good. I'm glad we hit all-time highs because I have spy calls with the team. So I have the 395s for this week, so I'm holding those. Let's talk about the cannabis craze. Right now, everyone's talking about cannabis. And remember, we have THCX. So we've been talking about that. That was one of our top 10 of 2021. And you could see pretty much parabolic move. THCX now, let me go ahead and get you the pre-market move. It's up 15%. So I've gotten a lot of DMs from you guys saying thank you so much for THCX. Hey, you know, at the end of the day, guys, give yourself thanks. Again, we give information. What you do with it is up to you. So congratulations on that. The only thing I regret was not buying more because I only buy when it goes down, and I haven't had a chance to buy the dip. So you could see now I have an alert at 1876. I'm gonna have to move that to the 50-day at 23.22 for a dip buy. So that's where I'm at. But THX is looking great. CGC is looking great. I wish we would have traded that yesterday. There wasn't a lot of volume when I did the YouTube live, so I didn't trade it, and I wish I did. But again, maybe we retake 55 share. Maybe we can get into those 60 calls for next week, or we can look at something there. So just keep in mind, guys, tomorrow, Monday, the markets are closed, so no morning note. So keep in mind if you're trading for next week that you only have 4 days for the expiry for next week. It's just a heads up. It's a short week. Look at Tilray. Again, looking at the cannabis names, look at that. Even SNDL, which is a penny stock, it's at $2. I remember this thing was trading at 97 cents at one point. Now it's at $2.08. Wow. Again, we talked about it on the podcast. If you want to hear more about the cannabis deal and why we got into it, especially after the elections, take a look, take a listen to our podcast on the top 10 stocks of 2021. We talked about Bitcoin, betting, and blunts, right? The triple Bs. Everyone loves the triple Bs, and we've been talking about it for a while now. To be fair, THCX, it doesn't have any options to trade, so we didn't trade much options on THCX or Bitcoin as well. But again, if you're an investor or you're part of the investment club, you've been riding this train with us for a while now. So THCX, DKNG, and Bitcoin. Bitcoin now, spot Bitcoin is at 45,786 now. I had to update my price target. I told you guys yesterday, I'll just reiterate. I remember I said I would close at 50,000. One Bitcoin I would sell. We actually moved that to 75,000 because we do expect it to hit possibly 100,000 by the end of the year. I mean, my call is right around 75, but 100,000 is probably in the crosshairs for Bitcoin, which is absolutely really great to see. Very glad, very happy for you guys that you listen to the podcast and you listen to the top 10, and you're doing very well on your portfolio. I actually just tracked all of the trades on the T8 on the top 10 of 2021. They're all green. They're all green. Obviously, THCX is killing it. DraftKings is doing well. Blank is doing well. So some really good names out there that we got. And again, we're not selling anything. We're holding. So it's not like some pump and dump thing. Like, you know, I said I hold everything I buy. And I don't recommend things, guys, that I wouldn't personally put my money in. And that's a big deal to me, is that I think a lot of people out there, they like to talk about, oh, I like this stock, but they don't have any money in it. I wouldn't listen to anyone who doesn't have skin in the game. That's a big deal to me. But with that being said, let's talk about some pre-market movers and see what your next move of the day is. Let's go ahead and get to pre-market movers, pre-market quotes here on investing.com, and then we'll take some questions. Again, we talked about SNDL. They're up 25% pre-market. And that's a cannabis penny stock, Sundial Growers. Dow, Apple's up 0.26%. Coca-Cola had a decent earnings report, up 2.46%. Walt Disney up 1%. They report tomorrow, mind you. Premium might be juice, so be very careful. Cisco Systems, they reported yesterday, down 4.76%. I own shares in the company, personally. I don't know if I'll be buying more on that. Pretty heavy on tech. Twitter up 10%. So I actually traded Twitter with our students and the YouTube premium guys. We were up 20%. The premiums were not moving. And I had the 60, I think I had the 60 calls, which is pretty crazy. If I would have held that, I'd be up very nicely. I didn't. I closed it for 20. I wanted to be conservative, especially with earnings. We didn't know what the hell earnings were going to bring. So we took it, and some of the students held it. Good for them. It's a little more on the riskier side. If I would have held it, God knows where I'd be. But again, I got 20%. I'm pretty happy with that. Sometimes, guys, you see it, you just got to take it. Sure, you don't have to hit a home run in every trade, but Twitter, 3.44 million shares traded pretty good. General Motors up 0.32% pre-market. Ford is up as well, 0.59% in the S&P. American Airlines up about 1% pre-market. Under Armour had a great earnings call. They're up 8% on one of the stocks, stock A, stock B, 7.94 on the other. Looking at the NASDAQ here, Baidu's up 5.2%. Wow. BABA's up pre-market as well. There was a photo of Jack Ma playing golf. I guess that's bullish. AMD is up 0.62%, which is nice because I have calls. Tesla down 0.47%. JD.com up 2%. So BABA, JD, and Baidu are the ones that are leading the way in the China names. Tilray up 33.5%. Again, we talked about cannabis, Bitcoin, betting, blunts, the whole nine. I don't own any Tilray, but THCX owns Tilray, owns CGC, owns Afri, I believe, or something like that. So they have all of them. You know, I've been saying that regarding the vaccine names like IBV, and I think it's just easier just to have an ETF that has it all. Keep in mind, guys, THCX is an ETF that's owned or operated and owned by the Nigerian brothers. They run it as well. I actually went to one of their conferences in Vegas, which was really cool. I didn't buy it. They were talking about THCX. I didn't buy it back then, but I did my research on them, and I like the ETF a lot. The expense ratios is pretty low. I don't get compensated by THCX for anything in regards to this. I don't get compensated by any company by telling me this information, guys. Just want to give that disclosure. I just like THCX, and I own only 100 shares, so it's not like I own 1 million or anything. I own 100. I want to add more, but again, I'm waiting for 23. Again, I buy in pullbacks, guys. I don't buy on the way up. That's just not how I operate. I like stock sales. So let's go ahead and kind of go over one more thing before we begin answering some questions. E-mini futures, I have E-mini futures long. We got in at 3,900. We're up about 25 handles. I have one full contract on futures. A lot of people have been asking about it. Keep in mind, each full point is about 50 bucks. So keep that in mind. 50 bucks times 20, you know, do the math. So again, there's margin involved when it comes to futures. It's not for everybody. And remember, each point is $50 for one contract on E-mini futures. And I only have one contract open on E-mini futures, and I'm up 25 points. So I'm up about 1162 on it right now. Pretty good stuff. So with that being said, E-mini futures, I'm expecting a continuation higher. There is a level that I was looking at as a next target, which is the 161.8 extension. 39.71 would be my target. Again, I talked about 4,000 on the S&P by August. Boy, we might hit that beforehand, a lot more beforehand. So again, been saying stay bullish, and everyone's saying, oh, but the crash is coming. Again, we've been on the bull run for a while now, and if you've been following us, you know that. So I think you stick with what works. You got to stay with it. The Fed has our back. Again, I talked about it on podcast, YouTube, and on Instagram. So got to stay bullish here. Okay, let's answer some questions, teams. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thoughts on TRCX? Let's take a look at that. Let me go ahead and expand this chart here, and then we can take a look at it. TRCX. I don't have TRCX. Oh, TRXC. TRXC. Robotics. Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I'm all for it, and if you like it, go for it. The chart looks great. It's a breakout. It's technically a penny. Well, it's above a penny stock now. So again, know your limits, know what you're doing, know what you're getting into. Just be careful. Just got approved for futures trading. Awesome. Good morning, Steven. How do you feel about BABA and Plug? Baba I own, obviously. Love it long term. Again, I've added on dips. And Plug I don't own because I own Blink. So again, I'm not trying to get too heavy into EV either. Plug is pretty much consolidating now on the hourly. Not much to do there. What's your long-term target on THCX? I've gotten that question a lot. My long-term target is legalization federally. Once that legalization is federal, then I'll probably sell some. But right now, I'm holding. I'm not worried about selling, personally. Spot, looking good. I own Spotify. You need to break 350, which is that channel for a breakout if you're playing options. But long-term holding, yes, I think they're a great company. I own some. PFE bouncing back up, which is Pfizer. Not really, not much going on there. Pretty much, PFE is not a growth name. Again, they pay a dividend. They've been around for forever. So again, don't expect craziness. You're just going to get a nice dividend. Thoughts on Laser? Laser, I've taken a look at, but there's nothing there in regards to the option. What stocks benefit from Bitcoin's price going up? Square, PayPal, Mara, MA, Visa. Square, PayPal, Mara, and Riot would be the ones that benefit the most. The current market feels too hyped and lots of euphoria. What are your thoughts? They said the same thing in 2018, 2019, 2020. I mean, at the end of the day, the bears have been wrong constantly. So I know there's euphoria out there, but again, I talked about this TINA. There is no alternative. Do you want to buy some bonds that are paying what, 0.7% for 10 years? You want to buy a CD that pays what, 0.30%? There is no alternative at the end of the day. What are you going to do? You're going to sit on cash? If you sat on cash when the time you thought we had a bubble, which was 2016, and then 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, you lost 5 years of growth. Again, I'm not saying that we can't fall, of course. But the question is, can you handle the fall? If you're too overextended and you have too much if you have margin debt or something like that, yeah, you should be taking some profits. But if this is a retirement account and you're not going to retire for the next 20 years, you're not even thinking about a top. Stop calling a top. You'll be fine. At the end of the day, you're going to get a fall. Yes, you're going to get that. A crash. For me, crashes are opportunities to buy. Again, if you want to buy a Rolex watch or a car, do you wait for the car price to go up 20% above MSRP? Or do you wait for Toyotathon that's Black Friday sale where it's 20% off sticker? I want the deal personally. So it's nice to see stocks go up, but as an investor, I like when they go down because I get to buy really good names at good prices. That's personal. That's me. Thoughts on Zynga calls releasing earnings today? I don't want to play earnings, obviously, but Zynga is slightly breaking out. I'd say skip it. Why does your Twitter pic look so dark? Have you been tanning? No, it's just I'm in the office and I'm not going to turn on the light here. I just have my window. Let's see. How do you feel about Tilray, CGC Alpha? Those names are fine. Obviously, I prefer THCX. Can you explain how they charge the expense fee on ETFs? Yeah, it's just taken out. It's basically a charge to the ETF cost. Again, I have to kind of send that out a breakdown. I can't explain it here right now because there's so many questions. Thoughts on GM? GM did beat and is basically sitting on the 50-day. If you break out about 57.53, it would definitely be a nice option play. Thoughts on NIO? Love it long term. Right now, I played it yesterday on some unusual options activity. We caught it for about 20, I think it was 30% or 20%. I'm not sure. But right now, I would not touch it. I need to retest here above this high of 62.95. Stay bullish. That's right. Do you see a melt up soon or run past 4K? 4K. Definitely going to see 4K. Looking into any in particular? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm looking at CGC. See if we retake that 55 level or actually right above 54.31. Then I'll probably play some calls. But so far, I have a couple of trades open, so I'm just waiting on those. ZM is too expensive. I would not trade ZM. Baidu levels, please. Baidu, yeah, break above 320. It's breaking out, guys. I think it's at all-time highs. Discord down, I'm not sure. Thoughts on ALRN, cancer research? I'm not sure on this company. I don't know much about it. It's a penny stock. No idea. Long-term retirement accounts, how much cash you hold? In your retirement accounts, you shouldn't have any cash. It should be zero. Because you put money to work every month, every paycheck. So no, you shouldn't hold any cash in your retirement accounts. If anything, if you're older and you want to do cash reserve, it should be bonds. How do you love forward on Microsoft? How do you move forward on Microsoft? Again, you can see a nice bull flag pattern. It's ready to break out. Uber and Neo. Talked about Neo already. Uber looking nice. And see if you get a retest above 64. How do you see Futu? I don't know what Futu is, but it's breaking out. Looks very nice. Football I own. But again, needs to break above 50 if anything. Thanks for Neo, held for 50%. Congratulations, nice. OSTK, Overstock. They own some crypto too. They're on the move. Let's see what the options do, but let's see if we could retake 107. Hey, you're welcome. Apple flag, Apple, you still need to break 137.98. Unless you get there, you don't touch that thing. And regards to call options. All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. I got to check in with the team. Have a great rest of your morning. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. G.A.R Capital FX.com is the website. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to like and subscribe our videos. Appreciate it as always. Turn notifications so you don't miss anything. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.